Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Peggy, Peggy's Still Stitching. This video is going to be Flosstube 13, also carrying on from my spooktober slash flosstober stitching plans. So it would be about a week and a half ago now I did put out a video in regards to like my Halloween stitching plans, and just did do a parade of sort of what I've started already and I wanted to work on and the new starts I had planned. So jumping straight into it, I have a lot of progress slash new starts. I am going to start with the projects that I had previously started, and then I will jump into the new starts. So this one here is the Enchanted Quaker from Luminous Fiber Arts. So this is what it is going to look like. I actually love this. So this is like my focus piece. So I'm trying to work on that as much as I can. If you can hear birds, it's really, really hot in this room, but my daughter's home, so I'm sort of just picking spaces. So the window's open to let some breeze in, but it means that all the birds are, you know, out there going crazy. Okay, so this is where I am up to. So I'll just show you. I'm like almost finished with the first page. So just give you an idea. And when you saw this last, I'd started this bat, but hadn't done anything else. So I completed both bats, finished this one off. So now this motif is fully done. So my goals over the next like week or so is I want to fill in the moon and the star and then come across down here. So I would like to finish at least this page and then see where we're at. So this is stitched on a piece of 18 count lavender raw fabric from Paddock Lane Designs. This is really nice. It looks beautiful. I've stitched a few projects on like this raw fabric. But it's not listed on her website, so you can go on and like email the page, the website, or message her on Instagram, and Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs will let you know how to go about that. But yeah, this is stunning. And I am stitching this in Fancy Floss. It is Weeks Dye Works. The sort of grey brown, more solid colour is Stepping Stone, and the purpley colour I've used to sort of accent bits and pieces is Violet. So really, really happy with how this is going. So yeah, that's that one. And the next one that I did do some progress on, it's not a lot, it's minimal progress, but regardless, I did pull it out, is the Floral Sugar Skull from Artist Alley. So this is the pattern. I love this so much. I really, really want to finish this. It's just a lot of confetti, and that's not really like the kind of stitcher I am. Some people are so good at that and love the whole full coverage thing. I've sort of worked out that this isn't necessarily something I enjoy. I'm making an effort. I really like to have this piece as a finished piece, but I know moving forward now that this kind of stitching isn't for me. And look, I fully respect anyone that does this. But yeah, it's just not the way I like to stitch. I don't know if that has to do with like my home life and the concentration that I'm able to put in. But anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. So this is stitched on a piece of 18 count. I think it's just a Zweigart in Confederate Grey. And this is how it's looking. So, sorry, she's still just hanging out over here. So I've done some fill-in, worked up here. I did do some more fill-in of the leaves here. I also came down and did some bits and pieces over here. I've basically just been trying to fill in those gaps so it won't look like loads of progress, because like say there are just a few bits and pieces here that'll be like 2 stitches in one color, and whilst it looks incredible with the detailing and like it's gonna look so good, it's just slow going for me. and there's like 80 colors in it, so I'm always like juggling. Yeah, anyway. So sorry, I have to shut that window. I don't know how this is going to go because I am so hot in this room, but someone has now decided that it's a perfect time to mow their lawn. And like it's 4 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon. Like, you've had all day to do that, seriously. Anyway, okay, the next one I'll talk about is a new start, but it's technically a restart. So this is the Supernatural Cell from the Witchy Stitcher. So this is the pattern here. I had previously started this, but I didn't love the fabric choice. The fabric was beautiful, the color was beautiful. I love the fabrics, but it was like too floppy a fabric. So I rehomed that fabric at the cross stitch retreat, and I have restarted that on a piece of 18 count birch from, it's a Whoopsie Daisy fabric from Daisy Chain Stitchery here in Australia. She runs out of, it's about an hour and 20 minutes away from me. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is how I've planned this. Previously I'd come down a bit more, so I'm actually just trying, like, because if I'm starting it again and I'm stitching the same things I've already stitched. So I think my plan is to come across and maybe tackle like a creature and then come across that way, just to take out some of just the repetitiveness of like the border. And I think I might just enjoy doing it that way. I don't know, it's just an idea at this point because it is such a fresh start on such a big project. So we'll sort of see how that comes along. But yeah, I'm really liking how this is looking on this fabric. I think it's going to look really cool. I know it's really crinkly. I literally shoved it in the bag in such a rush, but yeah, that's that one. And I really love both of those like stitch alongs, the Supernatural Cell and the Cryptid Stitch. I have got the pattern for both, so yeah. Okay, so the next one, I've been wanting to start this for so long. So this is Stitch Rovier's A Little Magic. So this is what the pattern looks like. It is really nice. I've really, really wanted to do this. I actually started this, I think like the night after I filmed my intro video. So yeah, this is where I'm at. So it's, sorry, I just had my daughter interrupt. So this video so far is already like 4 different chopped bits that I'm going to have to sort out. But anyway, this is where I'm up to, sorry. So I've done a bit of the moon and started the house. This is a piece of 18 count Ada from Colour Cascade Fabrics, who's also an Australian dyer, and this is in Sorcerer. Yeah, so this is probably one of the darkest fabrics I've stitched on so far. So it does sort of limit when I can stitch on it. Yeah, I basically do really need natural light to stitch on this. It doesn't look as dark because there's like a massive window here. It does make it look quite bright when it's not really the case. So yeah, that's where I'm up to with this one. I really, really like this, so I'm excited to see this come together. I think the top bit with the house and the ghosts and stuff, there's a lot of sort of stitching just across the top, and I think then as you sort of make your way down into the words, it's gonna like speed up a little bit again. So we shall see. All right, the next one I started, this is a really small start. It's basically 100 stitches. Where is it? So this is the pattern. So this is called Boo Watch, and the design is from Cotton Pixels, and this is in last year's Just Cross Stitch Halloween magazine. So that's it there. And I have done the top row, essentially. Where is it? There we go. I have done the top row. So that's as wide as it's going to be. And this is stitched on a piece of 18 count fabric. This is hand dyed by my friend Adelaide over at Adelaide Stitches. I will tag her down below. She's currently doing 31 days of Halloween and it's amazing. So every day she's uploading, so you should fully check her out. She gave this to me at the cross stitch retreat and we named it Fairy Glen, and it's an Adelaide special. So that's where I'm up to. This isn't a very big piece, so like I've got another half of this, but yeah, so I think this is looking really cool. It's just a little one. I don't imagine it taking very long because like if that's as big, oh sorry, that's as big as is wide, it's like a square. So, and that would have maybe taken me like 20 minutes if that. So yeah, I think this is really cool and I really wanted to use that piece of fabric. Like, yeah, cool. So that is that one. Sort of smashing through showing you these. Okay, the next one is, where are we? So these three, so it's even when, and so it says even when death do us part. I'm going to stitch them as a set, all three of them together. Because I stitch on 18 count, they make them really small. If I stitch them by themselves, it's like 3 by 4 inches, which is really hard to get a frame for. It's going to be hard to get a frame for them even in like a long, but I was thinking about maybe doing it as like a long pillow or something and maybe like putting it on our bed or like on our bedside. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, but it'll just go into the bag of finished projects that stays there forever. Now I am stitching this. This is sort of more of a disclaimer before I go into anything. I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count fabric from a fabric dyer called Fancy Fabric. I don't believe that they are still dyeing. If they are, it was a fabric of the month, and I wouldn't recommend their fabric of the month club. I'm not sure if she's still dyeing. My personal experience with timing, them arriving, how long it was taking in between wasn't great. So yes, she did cancel the club from what I know, and their page isn't active anymore, but I do have some of the fabric. I was in the fabric of the month club. I am trying to use the fabric that I have. I sort of do focus on what I've had good experiences with, and I think it's really difficult because I do have a pieces of fabric and they're really, really pretty, but I've just felt a bit funny using them. So that's who makes the fabric. It's a lovely piece of fabric. If they still do dye fabric, use your own discretion, make your own choices. Some people didn't have the same experience, and that's awesome. So this is just what my experience was. Yeah, customer service wise afterwards, when things weren't coming and stuff, like I did have some months refunded, and like that side of it, you know, was good, but I had to reach out for that and the communication wasn't always great. So I digress. Beautiful fabrics. So this is where I am up to. So this is on a piece of 18 count fabric, and it's called Koala, and it was a fabric of the month club from August last year. So yeah, I am stitching this with Color and Cotton, no, Classic Colorworks in black coffee for instead of 310. I bought so much of this by accident, sort of on purpose, so I thought it would look really cool for this one. I don't know if you can really see the skull in person. You definitely can, so I don't know, just don't know how it's showing up on camera. Let me know if, yeah, like I feel like you can definitely see that. I did think about changing the color because this is 712. I did think about changing it to like a full white, but then I didn't. I don't know, I just think this looks cool and I'm happy with it. So yeah. Yeah, I'm about halfway done through the first panel, but I will be putting this away to focus on my, you know, all my new starts I had planned. Okay, now the last one that I started for the month is Spooky Greetings. It is a pumpkin and it says Happy Halloween. And this is really cute. So yeah, it's not a lot of stitching. Like the pumpkin is going to be obviously a fair amount of stitching, but it's not that big. So yeah, and I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count, I want to say eggshell, from Color Cascade Fabrics. And this is where I am up to. Look how cute its little pumpkin head is. Now I am one stitch out over here, but I don't think it matters because I've actually am right on this side. It's just this bottom, very bottom row is out one of the mouth, but I don't think it's gonna matter. So I'm just continuing to stitch all the colors where they're meant to be because it's literally like 7 stitches that are out. So I'm hoping it's not going to be a drama. I'm not unpicking it. I think it'll be fine. So yeah, I really like the colors in this too. Like, so for this is probably one of those things that if I had a full Fancy Floss collection, the stem is 2 greens. I think if you had a Fancy Floss that was just those 2 greens, you could have just stitched it like that instead of sort of like, you know, one of this and one of that, and it was a little bit, yeah. I think that could have fully been stitched in just a Fancy Floss if I had one. Yeah, but I don't, so, you know. Yeah, so that's really cool. I'm really happy with that one. I think that it's going to look awesome. And once I do the pumpkin, like the lettering's going to be so easy. So, yeah. Okay, that is all my stitching for the last week and a half. What I have here is I do have a little bit of haul. There are 2 things that I forgot to mention in the haul for my cross stitch retreat. So I bought 2021 and 2023's Just Cross Stitch magazine, the Christmas ornaments. So this is 2021's, and I'm gonna stitch that like when we get to Flossmas. That's happening. I really like this little bird as well, but I know that one will be one of the first ones I stitch, and I probably won't stitch like the words. I just stitch like the little reindeer and snowflakes. Yep. So there's that one, and then this is 2023's, and this was basically, I got excited and they were both there. I'd like to pick some simpler ones just to, you know, have some nice finishes like the Noel, things like that. There are ones like here that I would love to stitch but probably won't start because I really want to finish my Nutcracker tree. I had planned to have that finished like this month, and that's not going to happen, but only because I'm stitching Halloween. But next month I would be able to smash that out, I believe, to have up for December. But anyway, I digress. So again, yeah, so that's that one. And then the last thing I bought that I did forget because I'd put it down somewhere else was the Tiny Modernist seasonal trees, and I just think they're cute. There's no real rhyme or reason. I have no idea when I'll start it, but it was, what was it, $10, and it was there, and I took it home with me. Yep, that's it. Okay, then Lisa from Paddock Lane Designs did have her Misty sale. She does this every sort of few months or so. She's now doing it through Patreon. She used to do it through like just Facebook Lives. So this was the first time doing it through Patreon. So if you wanted to see that, check her out over on Instagram at Paddock Lane Designs. I will have her tagged on my Instagram. I will be posting a photo like about that I've uploaded this video, and Lisa will be tagged in that. So you'll be able to check her out and see, you know, if that's something that you want to look at. So I have actually literally just got my bag. I opened it so that I didn't have to. I know I purchased maybe 5 or 6 pieces of fabric, but I can't remember what they were now. So it's sort of like a surprise, but I have seen them, but I don't remember which ones I actually got. And I believe that my fabric of the month is also here. So I wanted to just like dump it out, but I think I'll just pull one out at a time. So, oh cool. So this starts with my fabric of the month for October, and it is called Cloudy Moon. It's beautiful. Lisa, I know you watch me, so, well, sometimes you do. I don't know that you do every time, but this is really beautiful. Oh, wow. This is totally different to anything you've done. It's like a neutral, but like modeled instead of, oh, what am I going to put on this? This is really nice. This is really nice. I'm going to have to message her as soon as I get off this. This is stunning. Wow, this is really nice. Very, very happy with this month's fabric of the month. Speaking of which, when I get done filming this video, I am doing my fabric collection, and I am doing it for the Cross Stitch Man. You know, you want to see it. I am doing it. I just wanted to get this order in, get it all folded up, and I did want to sort of just get a little bit more organized before I jump into that. So yeah, so everything else now will be from the Miss Dye sale. Oh, what's this? Okay. So I don't know that it has colors on it. It might be Tropical Garden, you know. Yeah, so this is a piece of everything. Oh, I think I ordered a 20 count, but this looks like it could be, you know, the 20 count. Maybe 18, I don't know. But it's a piece of opal. It was in the Dyelet sale because of this little splotching down here, but there's a huge amount of workable space. I don't do a lot on opal, but yeah, is it even going to show? Hold on. Because the window's there, I thought that maybe you'd get that. There we go. Isn't it pretty? I really like opal fabric. And it is stiffer. It's sort of like the opal and the raw fabric that I really like have a similar texture. Like they're quite stiff. But it's pretty. So that is that one. Okay, what's next? Oh, I think this is Pool Shimmer. So this is a small piece. These aren't all named, which means I'm going to have to go through and sort of list them. That's the thing. If you do Flosstube, it's like you sort of have to know the name of your fabric. Where if you were just a regular, you know, consumer watching, not watching, getting these sorts of deliveries, it doesn't matter what they're called because you're just going to stitch on them and like, you know, off you go. Where if I'm going to talk about anything, I do like to know what it's called, but this is really nice. And this was in the Miss Dye sale for this dark little brown section, which is totally not an issue. Look how cool that is. I have absolutely no idea what I would stitch on this. I think I actually just had an idea come to me, so watch this space. I might pull this out actually. I might have to see how big it is and then if something will fit on it. You might be seeing that sooner than you think. All right, I think this is Sky Blue. Oh yeah, Blue Sky. Wait, this one hasn't written on it. Just next to the count does this one. No, Lisa, you were tricky in this one and not another one. I almost thought that maybe that was a thing that I'd never noticed. Okay, so this is a piece of 18 in Sky Blue. You can see that there are some dye spots. Not in drama. I think I paid $24 for a fat quarter. And realistically, where those dye spots are, if I was to use this, I generally don't start stitching till about this far down the fabric anyway. Can you see that? Yeah, like I give myself a decent amount of border most of the time, except for, you know, my arabesque stitch. But anyway, so where the dye spots are literally not in my stitching area anyway. So very happy with that. All right, next piece. This is really pretty. It's nice flat color, which I tend not to really gravitate towards. So this is a piece of 18 count lilac. Oh, this is pinker than what it's showing. So it was in the dye spot sale because there's sort of a blue blob here, but as I said, it's in the same sort of area. This is so much pinker in real life. I think it's hard because my daughter's bed's like purple. This is like, I don't know, like a pinky, purpley. My daughter's just calling out to me, so I'll be back. Okay, sorry. School holidays. Honestly, I don't know how we're out here doing it. Okay, I think I have 2 pieces left and that then we'll be done. So this is another piece of 18 count. I can't tell you exactly what it is. I will label it in the future and let you know when it comes time to use it. I don't actually know why this one is in the dye spot sale. So there's like maybe a little pink dot here. I can't really see. Yeah, I don't really know. This is really pretty though because it's like really light up the top and then like darker down the bottom. Could use this as like a sky, or like if I had like some birds I wanted to stitch or something, I could do like, I don't know, but it's pretty. That's lovely. All right, and this is the last piece. Oh, I think this one was the one I'm most excited about. This could be chocolate, or I could have just made that up. I think she actually just called it light brown. Usually with the dye spot sales, they're part of her normal line, or like, you know, the fabric of the months that might have had like a little whoopsie. But this one, I'm sure it was just light brown. But this is very, very similar to Autumn Leaves. It's maybe just a bit browner. So the issue here is dye spot just there. Same sort of thing though, like it's sort of maybe a little bit lower, but like still pretty much not in my area of use usually. This side is stunning. I really like this. I'll come closer. So that modeling is just very, very nice. I really like how that looks. Very nice. Okay. So if you made it this far, leave me a chocolate or a teacup that's like a hot chocolate or coffee or something in honor of this piece of fabric that we're finishing on. All right, guys. That is it for this week's Flosstube. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. It's been really fun actually to have all these new starts and to use different fabrics. Like I do predominantly show Lisa's fabric, so having all these new starts, I've gone through and pulled some things out, and because I've been organizing my fabric, it's been like, oh, I should actually use this. I'm just so drawn to Lisa's fabric. Lisa owns Paddock Lane Designs, if I haven't already, covered that in every video. But I'm so drawn to her fabrics, and I always use her fabrics that I get fabric of the month. Like I've had different companies, and I've shown that I've ordered fabric, but I just have to remember to use it. So anyway, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.